Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera to everyone. Now let's discuss new topic, functions. Okay, for the first subtopic in function is mapping, and actually we can call it also as relation. Okay, so now we are going to discuss three type of relation or mapping. The first one is one to one. Okay, one to one, and the second one many to one, and the third one is one to many. And actually there is another type of relation which is many to many. Okay, but now I just want to discuss three type of mapping or relation. The first one is one to one. Okay, for one input value there is just one input value, so output value. Okay, so what is input and what is output? So actually input, okay, x-axis, and output, okay, for result in y-axis. Okay, so and then now many to one. Okay, many to one, two input. Okay, one input, let's say x1, and this is x2. Alright, two input values, there is one output. Okay, so one output value. And the last one, okay, one to many, right, one output. Okay, so this is one output x, value with there are two output, so y1 and y2, for example. Okay, straight away we go to example. Determine whether each of these mapping one to one, many to one, or one to many. Alright, first example. Okay, x maps to, meaning this is x maps to, okay, maps to x squared plus 5, which is x is real number. Okay, what do we do is we draw. Okay, let's draw, okay, the graph, or sketch the graph of the function. Okay, so right, so this is graph for fx for the function. Okay, equals to x squared plus 5, and the y-intercept equals to 5. Okay, so let's say x maps to the function. So let's say this is x1 and x2. So it brings, okay, only one output. Okay, so x1 and x2 is input, and y actually is output. So how to determine the function is one to one, many to one, or one to many? So from 2 to 1. Okay, from 2 input, okay, to 1 output. So many to 1. Okay, so the type of relation or mapping is many to 1. Okay. Okay, the first you must know is how to determine the type of mapping or relation. Okay, draw the graph. Okay, one thing. Okay, and the second one, okay, so let's say fx, okay, equals to or maps to 1 over x. What do? Is we draw we sketch the graph. Okay, and then okay, type of graph is, okay, like this, right? So let's say, okay, I want output here x, okay, input, one input, and then it maps to y, okay, output. Okay, another x1. Okay, let's say this is x2. Okay, so the input x2 and the output y2. Okay, so from here, alright, so what we can say or determine the type of mapping or relation is 1 to 1 relation. Okay, this is how we determine whether each of these mapping is these three types of mapping or relation. Okay, now we go to function notation. Alright, to determine domain and range. Okay, alright, let's discuss the answer. Okay, the example 1. Find the domain and range of this function. Okay, find the domain and range of this function. Okay, for number 1, fx equals to 2 power of x for range -3 to 3x. Okay, so for domain, okay, actually domain is x-axis. Okay, the input along the x-axis. Okay, input along the x-axis. So the domain is between -3x, between -3 and 3. Alright, okay, and then range. Okay, so how to determine range? Okay, substitute, okay, the domain. Okay, the domain which is f, okay, x equals to -3 and f x equals to 3. Okay, so f equals of 2 power of 3 x so equals to negative 3, so 2 so 1 over 2 power of 3, so equals to 1 over 8. And then for f3, so 2 power of 3 equals to 8. Okay, so how to determine range? Okay, by using the value of f negative 3 and f3, so the range is, okay, for fx is between 1 over 8 and 8. Okay, so this is how we determine domain and rate and range for this type of function. Alright, the second one, okay, the function f is defined by fx, right? This function for x greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so find the range. Okay, but find the range, alright? So find the range and domain. So domain, okay, we stated also the domain. So the domain is x-axis. So the x-axis, x greater than or equal to 1. Okay, how do we determine the range? Okay, how to determine the range? Okay, substitute, alright, x equals to 1 into the function. So f1 equals to, so 1 minus 1 bracket squared plus 5. Okay, so we get 0 plus 5 equals to 5. Okay, so therefore, alright, the range is simple, okay, which is fx greater than equal to 5. Okay, how to understand why the range is fx greater than 5? Okay, we sketch the graph, right? The graph x, y against x. Okay, so for this kind of function, alright, so function, okay, so this type of completing the square, okay, so as you know, the minimum value is 1 and 5. Okay, so for fx, okay, equals to x minus 1 squared plus 5. Okay, so because of f, the domain the domain is x greater than 1 or equal to, so substitute x equals to 1 and then we get 5, right? Also 5. That's why, okay, the range is from the minimum point to infinity. Okay, so I think that's all for now for mapping or relation and also domain and range. I hope you can understand. Okay, until now, thank you.